Hello, my name's Nick and this is That British Homestead. Please remember, if you like our channel, to subscribe. Today we're going to do a lot of weeding. Harvesting. Let's get started. Today I spent some time weeding, removing some of the sort of like hedgerow that's growing. There's a lot of grass here and bindweed. I've done like a deep mulch method and put some bushes in here, but the bushes are still super tiny. You see that Bailey is using this opportunity to try to play with me with his squeaky ball. So yeah, it's coming out really easily here, believe it or not compared to where there isn't deep mulch, but it is a bit frustrating that it keeps growing up. So I found that using the deep mulch along the side has actually suppressed the weed somewhat, but these are the ones that are really well established, and the perennial weeds that I'm having an issue with. I have like no annual weeds at all here, so that would be just where they're so embedded into the ground here over the years of them not being well kept. So it's all of the basically grass and the bindweed that I'm having a bit of an issue with. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure that I go through and weed it as much as possible and keep it down, to weaken that plant and to ensure that it doesn't come back. And I was doing that every so often, to ensure that it basically keeps it nice and weak, and then eventually it will die off. I could go over and pour a load of weed killer on this, but honestly I don't want to. It's so close to my other lovely plants, my peppers and my tomatoes, that I really don't want them covered in weed killer. Even if it didn't affect them, which it probably would, I would really rather not have to have that so close to something that I'm planning to eat. So here, as you can see, my onions look really sorry for themselves, so I'm going to be harvesting them and drying them out for winter. It is a little bit of actually a success story, these onions. They are much bigger than normally the onions that I normally get. They're quite huge. The issue that I was having is where they grow underneath the plastic, that they are kind of getting stuck in the plastic, which meant I had absolutely no weeds, which is awesome. However, it was a little bit difficult to get out, because as you can see I'm just kind of cutting them out of the plastic, but they are growing a lot bigger than I'm used to, which is awesome. It was also nice that I had a nice range of like red and white onions, and they were good size. Some of these aren't actually quite ready to be harvested. However, because I'm taking some of them out, I might as well take all of them out, because I like doing it in batches, so it makes it a lot easier for me. As you can see with the scissors, I'm just cutting the bottom of the weed membrane. It's really easy to get these out. I'm not having to pull them really, they're just kind of falling out. The soil is quite loose and fluffy underneath this mulch. Even though I'm standing on it, it is very loose and fluffy, so it's not difficult at all to get them out of that soil. So I'm also going to be harvesting some of my garlic here. I'm actually putting up all of my garlic and my onions because it's past the longest day of the year. So that's when I pull them up, the longest day of the year, and then I will sow them by the shortest day of the year. And so now it's time for us to get them out. This garlic came out a lot better than my last batch, which was affected by white rot. This stuff doesn't seem to have, like, maybe one or two has white rot on it, but the vast majority do not. And they are very deep in the ground, so they're quite difficult to get out. So it's amazing the difference between this one. This is actually quite like, this is the original soil that's in the allotment, and how hard it is to work with, whereas I've amended the allotment soil in some places and it's so pleasant. As you can see, it's actually bent the trail. Okay, it's not the best trail in the world, but it is very, very hard soil and not very pleasant to have to work with. So yeah, but these garlic were amazing. I'm just actually pulling off the corns so that I'm going to be replanting them so that they get garlic next year.
Butterflies are floating like your red hair in the breeze. Spring awakening, new love takes me into lilac dreams. Lay beside me, whisper softly your sweet empathy. Crisp reflections on the water of you close to me. Now you are someone I rely on. You make me feel real. Summer days that drift away as we lay in the field. Dandelions everywhere, darling, make a wish. I close my eyes as I make mine, and we slowly kiss. Like ivy crawling up the wall, we need to feel the sun. 'Cause we've grown cold from contact lows, falling out of love. And maybe I've ignored the signs. I tend to romanticize. And maybe you tried too many times to tell me you're done just getting by. No, can we fall back to place? Can we find another way? And maybe honestly, in another life, winter brought me to the water where we used to frozen solid, singing softly songs of yesterday. Wilted lilacs painting all these broken memories, blurred reflections on the ice of you close to me.
As you can probably tell, I've gone straight in with some more tomatoes. got quite a few tomato plants that are raring to go. So I did actually save these for someone, but they didn't want them anymore. So waitlist not one not, and I put them in. So this is the bed that I've actually like sort of enriched or laid across some turkey like bedding sort of mulch. It's been well rotted, and it's actually really lovely stuff, really like light and fluffy. As you can see how easy it is just to pull out them garlic. I'm not having the problem where they shear off into the soil, so it is absolutely lovely for that on its own. But the amount of weeds, my goodness, I think I should have mulched this with wood chip on top or something to suppress some of these weeds, because you can just see that they're really thriving, the weeds. Anyway, I'm going to be clearing this bed as well, just so that it's all going to go into the dryer at the same time. When I say dryer, I mean the rack in my garage.
I had a dream last night, it was different. It was you and I in faded television. I'm not in love with you, but if I was, here's what I'd do. Here's what I'd do. If I was in love with you, torn up sheets, all the feathers. There's a picket fence somewhere, nothing better. A dose of Chanel perfume and coffee in the afternoon. You way ahead of the side, flip it in the mirror until you get it right. My pillow's in the shape of you, I'm kind of afraid to move. Will you ever know what I went through? Will you wake up in my bed in the afternoon? And I hope that day I still remember it too. Subliminal love, 432. I had a dream last night, it was different. It was you and I in faded television. I'm not in love with you, but if I was, here's what I'd do. Here's what I'd do. If I was in love with you, got that inside tunnel vision. I'd take you to Hawaii and be a musician. I'd know when to leave you alone, right till you left stereo. Will you ever know what I went through? Will you wake up in my bed in the afternoon? And I hope that day I still remember it too. Subliminal love, 432. I had a dream last night, it was different. It was you and I in faded television. I'm not in love with you, but if I was, here's what I'd do. Here's what I'd do. If I was in love with you. This is our little secret, 9-hour cry. Subliminal feelings, I'm scared I'll say too much. And I'm only dreaming, I don't wanna wake up. Subliminal feelings, I'm in love. I had a dream last night, it was different. It was you and I in faded television. I'm not in love with you, but if I was, here's what I'd do. Here's what I'd do. If I was in love with you. Here's what I'd do. If I was in love with you. Guess I thought I'd have it figured out by now, but I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know how anybody else knows. Time keeps moving, I keep getting older. Fuck, where did my life go? I gave it up for something false I thought I chose. Here and now I'm waiting for a sign to tell me something I already know. It's obvious. Here and now my mind is saying what I want. It's something I already know. It's obvious. Haven't been happy in a while. I try my best to hide it with a smile, so you can't see it on my face. When I finally think I've said goodbye to the emptiness I feel inside, I come back to the same place. Here and now I'm waiting for a sign to tell me something I already know. It's obvious. Here and now my mind is saying what I want is something I already know. It's obvious, it's obvious. It's obvious.
In the darkest night.
So I feel like I've done so much today. I have harvested all of that and I've got absolutely massive onions. I tell you, under the weed fabric, I don't know if it's the heat, but they're the biggest onions I've ever grown. Like, they are whoppers. Like, normally I get smaller onions, but look at them. I'm well chuffed with that. Stars in my head. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And if you like our channel, please consider subscribing. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Over there, ain't she sweet? Look over there, that woman standing there is all